Aries, when I pulled the cards for you, three of them came out at the same time: the Sun, Justice, and the Tower, and they looked straight at you. There is no coincidence here. The Sun is illuminating the corners you once avoided. Justice is correcting the scales that have been out of balance. And the Tower signals a necessary collapse, not to punish you, but to clear what has been blocking the light inside you. You're entering a chapter where the universe will no longer allow you to live halfway. False connections, habits disguised as loyalty, the things you've held onto out of obligation or kindness, they're going to start shaking loose. When your true fire rises, anything that doesn't belong to you will fall away on its own. You won't have to fight it. You won't have to push it out. Maybe lately you felt restless, irritated, unable to sleep, or unable to focus. Don't rush to call it instability. That's the intuition of a warrior warning you. It's time to move differently. You don't need proof to validate what you feel. Your soul has already seen something that your mind hasn't named yet. You were not born to walk through this life in silence. You came here to awaken the leadership flame, the one that went quiet after being hurt, after carrying too much responsibility, after shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's space. But now, that calling isn't whispering anymore. It's rising from your chest, running down your spine, making it impossible to ignore. The Tower isn't here to destroy your life, it's here to break the walls that kept you trapped in an outdated version of yourself. This collapse might look like the end of a relationship, a job, a promise, or a belief you've clung to for too long. But look closer. After the lightning strikes, the ground becomes fertile. What leaves now is not the best of you, it's the ashes of what you outgrew. What's coming alive is the part of you that's original, direct, and blazing with clarity. When justice steps in, it's not to invite revenge. It's a reminder that every ounce of energy you've ever given, your patience, your dedication, your courage, your unconditional love, is circling back. But this time, the return won't show up as pretty promises or validation from others. It will show up as you reclaiming the place you once stepped away from. You don't need to argue to win. You don't need to explain to be believed. Your truth shines the brightest when you stand in calm certainty. I can sense a conversation waiting for you, maybe with someone else, maybe with yourself. But this won't be a debate about right or wrong. It's the moment a cycle ends. You're no longer responsible for maintaining what drains you. Choosing yourself is not betrayal. It's the end of betraying your own energy. Letting go this time won't make you lose anything. It will make you lighter, clearer, more aligned with where you truly belong. Pause with me for a few breaths, and write this down like a vow to your own spirit. I honor my fire and I choose to act from love, not fear. Every word you put down today isn't just a comment, it's a signal flare to the universe. It tells the unseen world that you're ready to step into a stronger, clearer version of yourself, one that doesn't need permission to shine. Aries was never born to follow. You were born to lead, not with noise, but with a presence that cannot be ignored. And when the sun rises inside your chest, you'll understand your power was never about defeating others. It was always about standing firm, burning bright, and refusing to ask for approval to exist as you are. Aries, be honest with the stirring that's rising inside you. Write down the thoughts that keep returning, even when you try to push them away. Breathe deeply each time your chest burns, as if fire itself has brushed against your heart. Walk forward when your soul urges you to, even if the world demands evidence or explanations. You are rebuilding yourself from the roots up, and that's not recklessness. That's the most sacred journey a soul of fire can take. Justice doesn't arrive with shouting or noise. It comes through self-control, through the calm strength of standing firm when something no longer feels right. Sometimes justice appears as a long, quiet silence. Sometimes it flashes like lightning, burning away every excuse in a single breath. What you once saw as failure, interruption, or delay was protection wearing a disguise. Remember those moments when you tried to hold on to someone no matter what, and they still walked away. Remember the opportunities that slipped through your hands at the very moment you needed them most. Now you're beginning to understand, some things are taken not to punish you, but to protect you from a path that was never meant to be yours. Justice is not obsessed with revenge. It only seeks balance. Every hidden insult, every dishonest act aimed at you will eventually return to its sender. Every half-hearted handshake you once endured becomes a lesson for the one who offered it, not a weight you have to carry anymore. Aries doesn't need to swing the sword every time to defend what's right. Sometimes your greatest power is knowing when to stay silent, not stepping into the mud just to prove your point. Sometimes your strongest defense is keeping your heart pure, even when the world around you provokes chaos. No one truly wins by extending a chain of lies. When the dust settles, justice will be standing there, not a second too late. When the energy of the Tower and Seven of Swords appears, most people get scared. But for you, it's a call to open your eyes wider. Someone may have crossed a moral line, thinking there would be no consequences. It could be someone who knows your soft spots too well. Someone who once stepped boldly into your sacred space only to retreat in silence when it was time to keep their promise. They don't look like an enemy, they wear a familiar smile with eyes that know how to hide. You don't need to hunt them down. Life itself will outline their shadow for you. What matters more is knowing this. You don't have to fight back with the same weapons. An invisible filter is already working in your favor. A vibration strong enough to make every mask fall away once you stop playing the old game. People and situations reveal their truth when you refuse to keep tolerating what exhausts you. That unmasking will only happen when you stop enduring for peace. When you release what drains you. When you say no without guilt. When you choose yourself without apology. The gates of justice open, and your intuition whispers the path that keeps you from tripping over the same stone twice. Let me lean a little closer and remind you of something you may have forgotten. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It's your soul's original radar. Yes, it hurts when others aren't mature enough to understand your feelings, but because of that same depth, you know how to warm others when they grow cold. You know how to touch pain without causing more. You know how to give without needing to be praised. Now that tenderness isn't here to serve everyone else anymore. It's calling you home, asking you to heal yourself first. It's time to say a simple, radiant truth. I deserve kindness. I deserve connections that cherish me. I deserve to rest without guilt. I deserve to live my life without carrying what isn't mine. No one grants you this worth. You remember it. And when you remember, the world around you rearranges itself to match that truth. You're standing at a quiet, yet powerful crossroads. This isn't just another change, it's the moment you redefine what you will still accept, and what you'll never trade away again. It's as if your emotional skin is regenerating itself, quietly shedding the old versions of who you were, even before the new light fully appears. That's why you've been tired in a way that sleep can't fix. Why silence now feels more comforting than it used to. Why you pause before answering someone because you need to hear yourself first. Don't rush this part. What's forming inside you will arrive in its sacred timing, not sooner, not later. In the meantime, keep things gentle. Rearrange your space so you can breathe easier. Turn your table, your corner, your favorite chair into a place of kindness. Cook something simple. Pour warm water into a cup. Light a candle, not to pamper yourself, but to remember. You are still worthy of care, even when no one else is there to give it. And then, very softly, a new chapter will open, as if it was never really closed. Aries, slow down for a moment, and let your breath guide you home to yourself. It's time to realize that intuition isn't a passing feeling. It's the built-in compass of a pioneering soul. Sit for a moment. Write down what keeps echoing in your mind, a thought, a memory, a quiet warning. Then take a deep breath, as if you're setting down an armor that's grown too tight. Healing isn't a race. It's not a battle to win. It's a vow you make to yourself. From this day forward, I will keep walking, without abandoning myself. Let me tell you how justice moves in the emotional world of Aries. Your heart, strong, brave, and built for survival, is waking up on a deeper level now. It no longer seeks someone to fill the empty space. It no longer confuses love with rescue. The love you deserve doesn't come to save you. It walks beside you once you're standing tall. Lately, you may feel the urge to close an unfinished story, to speak words left unspoken, or perhaps the universe will bring back a message from someone who once disappeared without a reason. It could even be someone new, not testing you, not analyzing, not demanding, just quietly being there. Whatever the situation, remember the choice is yours, and that changes everything. No more half measures. No more bending yourself just to keep the peace. No more emotional gymnastics to keep something alive that's already run its course. The love arriving now will not ask you to shrink or to lower your worth just to belong. It will give you certainty, not because doubt is gone, but because you no longer have to lose your self-respect to stay in it. And if old memories rise, if fear whispers again, welcome them. Hold them like parts of your soul that lived too long in the dark. Whisper gently, "It's over now, I'm here, I'm not running anymore." Don't deny them, don't judge them, don't run. Your new heartbeat will soon find its rhythm again because you're no longer powered by survival, but by awakened will. In Aries energy, the high priestess no longer whispers from behind the veil. She steps forward, places her hand on your shoulder, and justice nods in silence. That's the sign your spirit is ready to rise on its own, and this time it won't need saving. Say it out loud, with the kind of faith that sounds like a sword striking the earth to claim its ground. I am protected by peace. Everything that doesn't belong to me dissolves right now, and what is mine comes clearly, rightfully, and with ease. Let that sentence echo in your chest, like a war drum calling your spirit home. Then fall silent for a few seconds, and let it take root. Nothing more is needed. The seed has already been planted. Now it's time to look at your daily life with new eyes. Intuition isn't only for sensing invisible signs, it's also the guide in your work, your unfinished plans, your everyday relationships that linger out of habit. Justice is redrawing your map by asking you to finish what's been left undone, to call your energy back from places it doesn't belong, and to stand tall enough to ask for what you truly deserve. If someone still owes you an answer, a commitment, or a payment, stay calm and keep your posture. The scales are tipping in your favor. As long as you don't tip yourself first, don't waste your strength on anger when a clear boundary will do. And if an offer sounds sweet but has no real weight, remember the Seven of Swords and ask questions. Deception only holds power when you stay silent. A clear yes when you feel it, and a firm no when you don't. That's how you protect your value without unnecessary battles. Even the space you live in is beginning to shift with your spirit. I see you touching small things you used to overlook, moving an object into its right place, sorting through an old drawer heavy with memories, throwing away what no longer reflects you, opening a window, lighting a candle with intention. These gestures may seem small, but they awaken your subconscious, reminding it that you deserve clarity, comfort, and the right to rest without feeling guilty for it. The High Priestess smiles when she sees you caring for your table, your bed, your mirror, the sacred doorways of your soul. Soon a truth will come knocking, not to destroy, but to confirm what your intuition has known all along. It may be a slip of the tongue, a small contradiction, a casual moment that drops the curtain, and instead of breaking you, it will make you breathe easier. So I was right to choose myself. Don't rush to argue or prove what your intuition already revealed. Take in the information, process it, and act in the way that feels lighter. Sometimes the truest response isn't confrontation. It's unlocking the door in your heart and walking forward, as if no one could stop you anymore. There is no greater justice than the peace that comes when you know you no longer owe yourself anything. Now, return to the center of this entire journey. You are stepping into a phase that belongs entirely to you. It won't be loud. It won't need a stage or an audience. It will speak through clarity, simplicity, and the quiet joy of someone who finally sees themselves clearly. Your intuition won't whisper anymore. It will appear in concrete signs, and this time, you won't miss them. And Aries, if something has repeated 3 times lately, a number, a song, a glance, a symbol flashing by, take it as a whisper from the universe meant only for you. Don't rush to decode it. Don't chase a meaning, just watch it. Listen, let it land where it's meant to, because the universe is not testing you anymore. It's confirming that you're finally awake. Aries, your intuition is sharper than ever, and the universe, it teaches through details, not commands. When something inside you feels lighter, when your body softens instead of tightening, that's the sign. In that exact moment, do the thing you've been putting off for too long. Life is rearranging the people around you. Those who truly care will move closer. Those who only leaned on you for support will quietly drift away. Don't worry about keeping anyone. A house cannot remain a home for someone who has already chosen to leave, because home now is you. It's the inner space being swept clean of resentment and fatigue. And from that bright, uncluttered home within you, love, friendship, and real connection will grow stronger naturally. No more dependency, Only trust, and I want you to carve this truth deep within you, with a voice calm enough to be heard above all the world's noise. You have never been alone. There were nights you thought you stood against the world, but even as you bent, you never broke. A quiet strength carried you through turns you didn't even know you could survive. An unseen hand protected you. A kind of luck you couldn't name, but it stayed, steady and loyal. The universe saw it. Justice nodded in recognition. The high priestess smiled her blessing. Every ill intention aimed your way met an invisible wall, one you didn't have to build with force. That's why I ask you, don't go back into the mud looking for explanations. Life has already recorded everything. Now spend that precious energy creating, resting, loving, beautifying your inner and outer world, listening to what your body and soul both desire. And if the night grows heavy with thoughts, give yourself a small ritual. Close your eyes, place one hand on your chest, the other on your belly. Feel your breath rising and falling like a quiet tide. Don't try to change it, just listen. Then speak softly to yourself, as if comforting the one you love. I forgive myself for the times I delayed. I see that I am worthy. I release what no longer fits. I choose myself, and I trust the rhythm of my own life. If tears fall, let them. They are not weakness, they are your purification ceremony. You may wonder, when will change become visible? When will the answers come? When will justice finally show results? The question when disappears the moment you understand why. Once your inner world feels complete, the outer world will accelerate to match it. You are tuning your own instrument, making your inner sound clear again. No rush, just awareness, and awareness itself is the miracle. When you're ready, leave a promise behind, soft but unwavering. I open my heart to clarity. Everything meant for me will find me in peace. Let that sentence be your signature in the air, like a leader planting their spear in new ground, claiming the territory of their rebirth. Now, listen closely to your heartbeat. The ancient drum of the warrior soul. The high priestess still guards the final page. And justice is writing one more word, a word powerful enough to change the meaning of your past. But you, Aries, you no longer need to wait for the answer, because now you are the answer. Aries, the Seven of Swords today holds a subtle clue, like a flash of lightning cutting through the night, just long enough for you to see where you're meant to step next. There will be a sign, a message, a seemingly ordinary invitation or meeting that places you in front of an important decision. A small action, a glance, a passing sentence, all of it is guiding you toward a moment where clarity replaces doubt. And when we meet again, I'll tell you what's turning the scales, what from your past is trying to return to make amends, and who or what is coming toward you on the same frequency as the peace you've just reclaimed. Open your eyes wide and steady your heartbeat. What's coming won't just confirm your intuition, it will place in your hands the very key your soul has been searching for, so you can cross a new threshold without fear. Aries, look at the road you've been walking. What you've done is not small. It takes a rare kind of courage to hold your gaze in the mirror of your soul and not look away. That is quiet bravery, the kind that doesn't beg for praise or wait for witnesses. It's woven from silence, from inner discipline, from the nights you held yourself together in the dark and still rose the next morning, as if nothing had ever tried to break you. You have walked through hallways full of memory, opened doors you once feared to touch. You've stood face to face with the softest parts of yourself without judgment, and you chose to love them anyway. That is real courage, the courage of someone who has learned to rise again in their own fire. You are a child of Mars, planet of will and beginnings, and for that reason alone, the universe never lets you stay buried in one place. Now, the harvest comes not as a reward, but as the reflection of every quiet seed you planted. In the hardest soil, you've sown honesty, endurance, and unseen perseverance. Even when fairness didn't return to you, the universe still recorded every small act in its sacred book of light. And now, like the sound of drums rising from the distance, you will notice the signs calling your name. They won't always arrive loudly. Sometimes they're just a phrase repeated from different mouths, a memory resurfacing with startling clarity, or a familiar energy wearing a newer gaze. Some will come more clearly, a proposal, an opening, a sentence you've been waiting years to hear. Nothing is random, every piece is moving into place. Your frequency has risen high enough to draw in what matches it. New gifts will arrive in the form of people, opportunities, recognition, or a quiet sense of resonance you don't have to chase. And at the same time, truths that once left you speechless will finally come to light because nothing new can stand on what's already crumbling. So don't be surprised if a few connections fall away, if certain people stay behind while you keep moving forward. Some bonds cannot survive now that your vibration has changed. Picture the shoreline as the tide pulls back, it loses nothing. It simply breathes more easily. This is not punishment, my fire-hearted one, it is cleansing. A flame burns brightest when the old ash has been cleared. Life, with its quiet wisdom, will make space for you with the same tenderness you once gave to others. I know you've carried the world on your back for so long, holding others up, being the strong one when no one else could be, but now, you don't have to brace yourself anymore. Let the energy come back to you, not to turn you into someone else, but to bring you home to yourself. You cannot keep giving when the fire in your hearth is fading. You cannot warm others while you're still shivering inside. This season carries the hardest lesson. For a generous heart, the art of receiving. Receive love without suspicion. Receive help without feeling weak. Receive blessings without assuming you're unworthy of them, because Aries, you are not just the beginner, you are the keeper of the first light. And when that light finally returns to you, it will no longer burn, it will guide. Aries, learn to receive as an art, without guilt, without hesitation, without feeling the need to explain why you deserve it. You deserve it because you exist, because your soul has walked through fire, endured, grown, and still kept its kindness. Life does not ask you to be perfect before it loves you. It only asks that you open your arms wide enough to be held. So allow yourself to rest, without apology, to feel joy, without proving you've earned it. You are worthy of peace that doesn't need guarding, worthy of love that doesn't tear you apart to survive, worthy of care that doesn't demand you shrink to fit, worthy of a connection that grows with you, instead of asking you to trade yourself away. And if someone appears, a new soul bringing a different wind, or a familiar one returning with a new kind of love, don't close your heart out of fear, but don't hand it over before your intuition nods either. Let calmness be the gatekeeper of your heart, because your soul, after everything, still knows. Listen to it, softly. When that quiet inner voice says it's time, you'll know when to open the door. And when it says not yet, just leave the porch light on. Let your inner flame mark the boundary. You no longer have to build love out of fear of being left behind or from the urge to fill an empty space. Now, you choose from fullness, from a discerning heart, a mind finally at peace. And as if the moon card itself were shining upon your path, this phase will bring emotional clarity, the kind that feels like remembering something ancient. Drawers of memory will creak open by themselves, a scent, a voice you thought you'd forgotten, a song that tugs gently at your chest. Don't rush to shut them. They don't return to wound you, they come to remind you how far you've traveled. In dreams, you might see water, a home, a train, a doorway, all symbols, each whispering something about who you've become. And maybe, just maybe, someone who's left the physical world is still watching over you like a calm flame, warm, patient, saying nothing, but never leaving. Don't be afraid. There is no real loneliness when your heart is open. The universe has never abandoned you, and now less than ever, because your sensitivity has become your compass, not your burden. Tonight, if silence calls your name, give yourself a small ritual. Find a corner of your home that feels safe, that smells like memory. If you can, light a white candle. If not, imagine a flame burning in your chest, a fire that never goes out, even when covered in the ash of the past. Place a glass of clear water before you. Sit upright. Let your shoulders drop. Breathe deeply, slowly. Feel your body's weight grounding you to the earth, the place you belong. Listen to your heartbeat, like waves brushing softly against the shore. And when your mind grows still, whisper this prayer, your soul's quiet hymn. In the name of the light within me, I release all pain and all guilt. I reclaim my peace, and I allow pure love and divine justice to enter my life now. Read slowly. Let every word fall into the heart like a drop of early morning dew. Let the vibration move through your chest, carrying away whatever has settled too long. Then gently blow across the water, as if you were handing the river the things you no longer wish to carry. When you're ready, pour the water out onto the earth, or anywhere the roots and soil can absorb it. Know this, that was a ritual of release, and what has been surrendered will not return to weigh you down again. After that, look at the candle, or simply picture the light inside you and thank it. Thank it for shining. Thank it for reminding you that the real flame never left, and whisper, with gratitude and the quiet pride of a soul that has walked through fire, thank you for walking with me. Thank you for still being here, Aries. You have no idea how many times you were the light for others without even knowing it. And now, finally, that light is coming back to shine on you with clarity, with direction, and with a peace that asks no permission. And as you take one last breath, you'll feel it clearly. You no longer need to prove yourself to the world. You only need to be. The fire within you, that original Aries flame, is ready to burn again, not to scorch, but to warm everything that is worthy of staying. As you begin this new chapter, you'll notice the things you once thought impossible are quietly becoming visible. Your efforts are finally answered. What you give no longer disappears into silence. You don't have to fight to be seen, or bleed energy into places that don't honor your sincerity. Your patience, once a reason to endure, has become the wisdom that knows when to stop. You no longer stand in rooms where your sensitivity is considered a flaw, where your kindness is mistaken for weakness. You no longer shrink your needs just to make others comfortable. This version of you, risen from the stillness after the storm, has no interest in shallow love, half-hearted promises, or relationships built on pretense and exhaustion. Your heart now wants real love, real peace, friendship that has grown up, where silence isn't distance, but a space where two souls can breathe together. And if lately you felt lighter, quicker to sense, sharper in intuition, don't call it luck. It has a name: healing. It is your soul waking after a long night. It is your breath finding its rhythm again. It is your body releasing memories that once held you in place. Those who truly love you will recognize this light. They'll come closer naturally, with gentleness, with respect. They'll reach for you without invading you, love you without demanding anything back. Some will apologize, not with words, but with changed behavior. Others will stay quiet because silence sometimes is its own way of saying, I understand now. And you, with the wisdom you've earned, won't need to explain yourself. Because you finally know this: those who love you sincerely do not interrogate you. They stay, they listen, they walk beside you, and they offer a hand without asking for anything in exchange. And among such hearts, you'll learn the most important truth of all. You don't have to speak speeches about goodness, you only have to live it. On this journey, I ask just one thing of you, something a true Aries heart can do better than anyone else. Come back and speak to the child inside you. That child had to grow up too soon. It carried the weight of not disappointing anyone. It held its breath so others could feel safe. It fell more than once, not from weakness, but from trying to shield the ones it loved. Today, look at that child with softness. Remember its face, its smile, its tears, and speak to it in the voice you once saved for someone you loved. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You're safe now. I'm here, and I'm not leaving this time. Stay in that moment a little longer. Feel how a single exhale can become a wave of release. How your heart slowly finds its way back home. Healing is not pretending nothing ever happened. It's not running from the wound. It's learning to live with the old memories without letting them drive the wheel. It's gratitude for every wave that came, because those waves are what carried you to this shore of awareness, of thankfulness. You have fought in silence, in quiet kitchens, in sleepless nights, on long drives with only the sky to hear you. And still, you kept your hands open to the world. You cooked for others. You listened. You guarded hearts that were not your own. But now, life is asking you to do that for yourself. If an opportunity comes, even if it looks nothing like what you imagined, receive it with the curiosity of a soul that has learned to trust again. If an old conversation returns, say the words you've kept locked inside too long. If a trip, an invitation, or an unexpected change appears and leaves you unsure, ask yourself, is this the touch I once prayed for? And if fear rises, don't push it away. Hold it like a travel companion. It can sit in the back seat, but you and only you are the one holding the wheel. Trust your signals, Aries. More than anyone, you know how to read the language of the universe. A seashell lying where it shouldn't be. A song playing at the exact moment. A scent that softens your chest. These are the small maps of fate, directions only an awakened soul can decode. And then you'll see, this path was never about where you're going, but where you're returning. Back to yourself, back to the flame in your chest, back to the knowing that finally, You are ready to live gently and still burn as brightly as the fire you were born to carry into this world. Aries, trust the compass inside you, the one that doesn't shout, doesn't push, only guides when you sit still long enough to hear it. It is like the moon, waxing and waning, sometimes radiant, sometimes hidden, but never wrong, when you give it space to speak. And like the tides, your changing emotions are not problems, they're signals. They show you where the rocks are and where the sand is soft. You don't need to be fine all the time. The ones who truly love you will love your waves too, because in their movement lives your honesty. And if someone cannot understand that, do not shrink yourself to fit the mold they've carved. You are not a coin meant to slip neatly into anyone's pocket. You are an entire ocean. If someone only wants to skim the surface, without learning how to swim, let them stay on the shore, because there is something essential you must hold now with tenderness and with unwavering clarity. Setting boundaries is not the end of love, it's how you keep love from withering. A boundary is a garden fence, not a concrete wall. A warrior knows when to raise the sword and when to lower it to conserve strength for battles worthy of their fire. Your armor is not a prison. It's a mobile base. Use it when you need shelter. Open it when you feel safe. That isn't moodiness. It's the art of dignified survival. Anyone who asks you to abandon your sensitivity just to stand beside them does not deserve a seat by your sacred fire. And realizing that doesn't make you closed off. It makes you free. As the day softens and night begins to gather everything into its arms, remember, every small act you do for yourself now is a ritual of gratitude to your soul. Clean that drawer you keep meaning to sort. Cook yourself a warm meal. Crack a window for the new air to move through. Write a letter you'll never send. Wrap yourself in the softest blanket you own. Each gesture is a brick in the home you're rebuilding inside. Every small thing adds up. Everything heals. And if you ever find yourself asking, do I really deserve this gentleness? Come back to the affirmation as if ringing a bell inside a temple. I receive without guilt and in peace. Repeat it until your heart nods in agreement. If you wish to anchor this energy, write those words down like the ancients once carved faith into wood. And if lately the feeling of homesickness passes through you like a quiet visitor, don't rush to shut the door. Invite it to sit for a while. Ask what it came to remind you of. When it's done speaking, walk it to the door gently. Nostalgia doesn't come to drag you backward, it only knocks to see how ready you are to rebuild the home within. Right now, your inner house is craving light, clean air, a few flowers in a glass, a fresh bedsheet, a note on the fridge, a scent on your pillow, and a little laughter. Make room for joy, and joy will find you. Before we close, look straight into your heart, the way a sailor finds the lighthouse, and let me plant a seed there, small but certain to bloom. With the first rain, you were not born to endure. You are not here to gather the scraps of love others dropped. You do not need to hide your sensitivity as if it were a flaw. You came to light the fire, to build the hearth, to turn memory into gardens and love into action. And now that you finally see yourself, life begins to answer. The beautiful things you once gave, without needing witnesses, are making their way back to you. From this voice, a voice that walks beside you, not ahead, I say with calm certainty, your time has come. No darkness can extinguish the flame of a soul that chose not to give up, and nothing can touch a heart that has learned to listen to its own tides, to honor its rise and its fall, and to turn every wave into a new path. I'll be waiting there. On that road only the self-reborn can find, with the patience of the elders, and the quiet joy of one who knows. When a heart like yours decides to move forward, no wave in the world can stop it.